This segment of Dead Downwind's Wild Extremes is being brought to you by Dead Downwind, the leader in scent prevention. It's not just luck.
I'm Nathan Jones. I'm here with Rick Reuter, RK Outfitters. You guys have come to know and love this face. Rick, got some birds, don't we?
We're looking at 100 birds here, brother.
I mean, it's incredible, the birds that these guys have out here in Nebraska.
It's unbelievable.
We came out tonight to roost birds. You talk about roosting birds. This takes roosting birds to the next level. For all of us guys back east that are trying to hear one yodel out of a treetop.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Well, tomorrow, my buddy Brian's going to be first up. Brian, don't miss.
All riding with RK Outfitters this morning. As it happens a lot of times, these birds are still flocked up. Everything hit on the other side of us, and they're kind of out there feeding. We're just gonna kind of put some time in and hang out and see. Hopefully they're gonna work back this way.
Now, even though you may have roosted a hen house full of turkeys the evening before, there is still no guarantee that you will get a beard swinger in front of you the next morning. Turkeys have a mind of their own at times, such as it is, and hunting gobblers in the spring can be equivalent to hunting deer during the rut. In the fall, it can be totally up to the does, and in the spring at times, you are at the sole mercy of the hens. This morning, the turkeys had bailed out of the trees and calmly walked the other way. What we thought should have been a slam dunk had now turned into a game of patience. I found that there are times when even the world champion turkey caller can't call birds in. And this morning was one of those times. When those old hateful turkey birds get henned up, the strategy at that point is just to do some sporadic calling, let the gobblers know you're there, and hold your ground. If you have enough patience, and when the gobblers get done with the hens, they will be on the prowl again. Brian stayed put, and finally here came a bird prowling with his eye on our decoy. Once the big bird made eye contact with the decoy, he was totally sold on our setup, and it was time for Brian to get his marten in his hand. It does wonders for your adrenaline level when you get to see a big bird closing in and you're able to watch the color of his head change as it runs through the patriotic spectrum of red, white, and blue. It is always amazing to me how fast a big bird can change the color of his head as he does his best to convince the hen in question that he is indeed the tom with the best genetics in the flock. And on the hunt this morning, he was absolutely the best looking gobbler in the flock. At least to Brian anyway. This is an example why I think that pound for pound, a turkey is one of the toughest game animals walking. A complete pass-through, and even though the hit was a bit forward, the bird still walked off and almost acted unconcerned. But Brian was destined to get his hands on this big guy.
See where they're at, Brian. Yeah, it looks like it's red all the way through it.
Well, it looked like that bird ran back up in the river bottoms here where they roost. I can't think he went very far. The hit looked fine. We'll go walk through these cottonwoods and see if we can find him. I'll tell you, this bird went a little further than what I expected, but we hung in there and we found him. I want to thank Rick and Julie Kruder at RK Outfitters. I mean, this is just a phenomenal hunt. It's probably one of the funnest hunts we go on every year. What a beautiful bird.
New from Double